Oh, Master, where are you? A fellow Psijic! Did the Order send you, my friend? I'm a new recruit, but perhaps you know my mentor, Master Pithis? I could actually use a bit of help in that regard. I'm a bit concerned. In summary, my master and I are members of the Psijic Order. I, however, am a new recruit. I fear I may have blundered a transport spell upon arriving here. Master Pithis assured me he'd take care of it, but I still have concerns. When I was inside the cave, I noticed something unusual. The plants, they emit some kind of strange energy. It was too dangerous in there, but I must confirm my suspicions, determine if this is my fault. Would you accompany me to take a closer look? I greatly appreciate your help, friend. I'm not much of a fighter myself, if you couldn't already tell at a glance. Master Pithis is much better equipped than I, which actually has me more concerned, since I haven't heard from him in some time. Well, they started glowing. I've seen flora like this once before while I was researching spores from a Dwemer ruin. I have a theory about what's happening, but I need a specimen to study. Plants are much easier to understand than people, in my experience. My studies attracted the attention of Master Pithis and the Psijic Order, so I think it's worked to my benefit. Present circumstances notwithstanding, of course. Master Pithis is my mentor. He's a genius. He understands the inner workings of plant life better than anyone. I'm grateful he's taken me under his wing. From what I've heard around the Order, he typically works alone. I certainly hope not. He's a high-ranking member of the Order, and therefore quite capable of taking care of himself. But it is unusual for him to be gone this long. I'm sure he just got caught up in the study of a unique specimen, as one does. Careful now, don't be tempted to eat that. You're not tempted, are you? Now, might I take a closer look at the specimen you gathered? Oh my, I fear something has gone horribly wrong. It's just as I feared. This plant radiates tonal energy. Master Pithis and I brought a relic with us that emits the same kind of power to study it. I think I damaged it. It's a strange Dwemer phenomenon. As a new recruit, I'm still learning, but I know its effects on the natural world can be catastrophic. Master Pithis said it would be fine, but I must have damaged the relic more than I thought. Well, Master Pithis had me use a transportation spell to get it here. When we arrived, he noted the relic had sustained a bit of damage from my rather poor attempt. That magic is wildly unstable. It's possible I caused some kind of rupture. Master Pithis took it with him into the cave. That has to be it. The relic is leaking tonal energy, and the effects won't stop at just the vegetation. There's no telling what will happen if we don't remedy this. We need to slow the process. I sense other pockets of tonal disturbance nearby. I'll cast a spell at each location to keep the effects from spreading. If we follow them to the source, we should find the relic and Master Pithis. He may be in danger. Let's hurry. We need to contain all the pockets of tonal to spread. I shudder to think what this strange magic could do if left unchecked. We must... Dwemer amplifier? Quickly, deactivate it. I'll contain the magic. Good. That should slow the effects. Another one. Deactivate it and I'll contain the area. There. Let's hope this holds. There's another one. Deactivate it so I can slow the tonal magic. Great work with that amplifier. I sense Master Pithis' magic. He must have been here. Look around for any sign of him. Let's have a look around. If Master Pithis was here, he might have left something behind that will help us find both him and the relic. That journal. I recognize it. It's Master Pithis'. Did you find anything in the journal that might point us to Master Pithis' whereabouts? He what? Let me see that. Oh, Master Pithis, how could you? I can't believe I fell for such deception. He must think I'm a fool. And I am. But not so much a fool that I can't stop what he's put in motion. Friend, will you help me stop him? We don't have much time before my spells wear off, and I can't be sure Pithis won't find a way to intercept my plea for help. It's up to us now. If this cave grows any more unstable, the relic may become impossible to contain. I sense a stronger source of tonal magic nearby. It has to be the relic. If my theory is correct, Master Pithis used those Dwemer amplifiers to harness its power. But I can use them to transport the relic back to Artaeum. We just have to hurry!
My foolish apprentice sent you. How quaint. The artifact is mine. You will not stop me.
The relic! Let's hurry before it becomes too unstable to move. It's too unstable. I can't control it!
It looks like you could use some assistance, brother.
It's working. We're nearly there.
You and I have much to discuss, Callus. It's a good thing I arrived when I did. There are not many who could have completed that spell alone. Frankly, I'm impressed Callus held it as long as he did. Teleportation is one of the more difficult disciplines to master. This location was being magically concealed until moments ago, when there was a large spike in tonal power. I was tasked to investigate the theft of a relic from Artaeum's vaults, so I've been looking for just such a disturbance. I suspected something of the sort. If what you say is true, then Callis has nothing to fear from the Order. If any evidence is to be had here, rest assured I will find it. Your assistance in this matter is noted. It will be all right, Callis. I intend to make sure this doesn't mar your reputation in the Order.
Oh, that is most appreciated, Master Larama. That was closer than I would have liked. We're lucky Master Larama found us just in time. I was on the verge of losing control of the relic. I don't even want to think about what might have happened. Yes, with Larama's help, the relic was safely transported back to Artaeum. My time-slowing spell seemed to contain the worst of the damage, which also kept the cave from collapsing on top of us. I suppose I'll need to explain that, provided the Order doesn't already know. I suspect that since Larama is here, it means they do. I certainly learned my lesson about idolizing the Order. Even our own can fall. Hard to say. I suspect it will mostly return to normal, in about a few hundred years. But of course, with Dwemer relics, you can never really be sure. Regardless, I could not have done this without you. Here, take this. You more than earned it. I hope our paths cross again one day. It was an honor to work with you. Though next time we meet, let's make sure it's under better circumstances. Well, as long as the Order doesn't decide to banish me from their ranks, I plan to continue my studies. I'd like to become proficient enough and wise enough to make sure nothing like this ever happens again. I don't know. I certainly deserve it. Master Pithis was mad, but I played a part in his scheme through ignorance and carelessness. Thanks to you, there should be enough proof to show that my involvement doesn't extend beyond that.
Melina Castle, how do you always find yourself in a mess? Oh, my apologies. I was lost in thought. You see, I thought... No, never mind. Have we met before? Oh, gods above, how can the Raven Watch ever trust me with more assignments with a memory like mine? Right. Melina Castle, at your service. I belong to House Ravenwatch, a junior member. Having a bit of a crisis. I could use advice. I joined the Ravenwatch to make a difference for vampires and mortals. But all I do is deliver messages, supplies. I may be younger than the others, but should I ask to get more important tasks? I tried telling myself that, but it helps to hear someone else say it. I'll do my duty, but won't lose sight of why I joined the Raven Watch. I'm glad I bumped into you. You give good advice. Not particularly. Those vampires and werewolves calling themselves the Grey Host, well, they aren't the same as the Grey Host from history. If you just think like a vampire, you know how to avoid their attention. Come on, Melina. Oh! Hello again. Wow, I was just thinking of you. Look, about the last time we spoke, when I was having a moment in the middle of nowhere. And then you came along. I wanted to say I'm sorry. Well, because I don't wish to be the kind of person who pours their heart out to a passerby. Just because I'm not happy with some assignment. People out here have real problems. The Grey Host attacking people both in the Reach and Western Skyrim for a start. Ravenwatch agents who put their lives at risk. Venorian, Gwendis, Adusadaro. And here I stand, gazing at my navel. Really? I wonder sometimes. Half of my days I feel like everyone is glaring daggers at everything I do. The rest of the time, I wonder if they know I exist. I should take a step back. Clear my head so others can count on me. The Raven Watch wants to form contacts with a vampire coven just over the border, in Falkreath. They've heard our overtures before, but with the Grey Host on the march, we hope that they'll be inclined to accept this time around.
natural witch storms. Nothing but Reach stories, mark my words.
I don't think we're the first to camp here. Lots of fresh tracks.
Come on, you filthy tuskers.
Which craft is this?
The storm has not stripped you of your soul. We'll coax it from you yet. Initiate the exchange. A bountiful harvest. And join your comrades in this world. Were you expecting something more for your effort? Is that what you call triumph? Broken branches and snapped twigs. The other storms. You won't live to see them! Makes no difference. There will be other Harrow storms. You'll never stop them all.
There's my partner. Over here. Welcome, partner. I take it you got my message? Problem? More like an opportunity. And it all has to do with these letters we found on the Grey Host leaders at the Reachwood ritual site and Valthume. Well, I can't argue with that description. Sai Sahan is certainly all those things and more. We were on our way to Markarth to meet Svanna when we decided to help out the locals with their Grey Host problem. That's when we found the letters. Maybe nothing. But for Sai, maybe everything. We think there's a third letter out there. Sai's in Gloomreach trying to acquire it. Go help him while I finish here. I'm hoping to talk to one of the Reach lore keepers, a Vadashran. If I can find one. What? You have a problem with me and Sai spending some quality time together killing Greyhost vampires? Maybe even find a few moments to be alone? Anyway, he came to see me and then agreed to help as we wrap up things here in the Reach. Maybe nothing, but for Sai, maybe everything. We think there's a third letter out there. Sai's in Gloomreach trying to acquire it. Go help him while I finish here. I'm hoping to talk to one of the Reach lore keepers, a Vatashran, if I can find one. Thanks, partner. I really want to talk to one of the Vatashrans and see if they can tell me more about what's in these documents. In the meantime, go to Gloomreach and help Sai. It's not the letters themselves, it's what's in them. There are references to Rada al-Saran and a Reach hero, as well as something that ties them both to Sai Sahan's martial traditions. It might be nothing. You're gonna have to trust me on this one, partner. This is Sai's tale to tell. I'm just trying to help him. And I hope you are too. Now get to Gloomreach and do what you can.
Come, Eagle Seers, Sixfords, have you no words to share? An outsider has better sense than the lot of you. Come, outsider, help me prove a point.
Why the Chief of Chiefs wants to involve an outsider in our affairs is beyond my understanding. It's bad enough we have to deal with the Eagle Seers. Regardless, I have nothing to say to you.
An outsider here. You're an affront to both their ancestors and the spirits. Away with you!
The Chief of Chiefs wants to talk to you, not me.
You dare interrupt one of our secret ceremonies, outsider? If the Chief of Chiefs hadn't summoned you, we'd be doing more than talking right now.
An outsider!
Your arrival at this moment is most fortuitous, outsider. Come, help me teach these wayward clans how to behave like proper warriors of the Reach. These two clan chiefs brought their children to participate in the rite of hand-fasting. Once they receive my blessing, they can announce their intention to marry and unite these clans in kinship. I'd like you to help me give that blessing. It's not so much a matter of need as of instruction. I want your example to teach these clans how to put aside their differences and get along. Present yourself to the betrothed, Eslin and Modern, and wish them goodwill. That should suffice. Eslin and Modern wait to the north, at the hand-fasting cave. We isolate them for a time, so they can learn about one another. Hopefully they haven't killed each other. Go and offer your blessing. Then return to me and your task will be done. A betrothal announcement, in a sense. It is how we let the folk of the Reach know that our wedding nears, that two clans will be brought together. As is custom, Eslin and Modern are isolated in the hand-fasting cave nearby, getting acquainted. You sound surprised. Is that not how marriages are arranged where you come from? They belong to different clans, clans that do not get along. I have brought them to this place of meeting to work out a marriage that will benefit both clans. All clans? No. But a number of the smaller clans recognize my experience and authority. They pledge fealty and rely on me to help them settle differences when they arise. And should an emergency present itself, they would turn to me to lead them. Even an outsider must know that there is strength in numbers, but clan chiefs have a hard time cooperating. In extreme circumstances, they temporarily cede their authority to a chief of chiefs. With this marriage, I hope to end an ancient feud. You picked up on that, did you? All you need to know at the moment is that the Eagleseer and Sixford clans have been at odds for generations. I hope to dampen those tensions by joining the clans in marriage.
The Chief of Chiefs is allowing you to go to the Handfasting Cave? Outsider, when you see Modern... No, forget I said anything. Yes, no. Give Modern and the Eagleseer woman your blessing, outsider. Just as the Chief of Chiefs instructed. Each of us have a part to play in this fiasco, including me. Opposed? Look, Modern and I grew up together. I want what's best for him, and now they're binding him to some Eagleseer hellion, and I've said too much. Go. Give your blessing. Let's be done with this.
First, the Chief of Chiefs demands offer my son to the cursed Eagleseers. Then she involves an outsider in the matter just to shame us. Very well, outsider. Offer your blessing to my son and the Eagleseer sow, so we can finish this. What should I be? Not only am I forced to endure the presence of the Eagleseers, I must allow my son Modern to marry one of them. The Chief of Chiefs asks much of us, but I will not let my son go unattended. Modern is an adequate scout, but he's a sorry hunter and an abysmal fighter. I suppose if there's any good in all this, it's that Chief Eagleseer is fool enough to accept such a poor match for his daughter. That is none of your business, outsider. I am here, and doing as my Chief of Chiefs demands. Let us leave it at that.
The Chief of Chiefs is crafty, I'll give her that. Using an outsider to shame the Six Fords, and us too, I suppose. Not the best way to start a marriage, but I've seen worse. Chief Eagleseer is my brother. I love him and his daughter dearly, but this feud has been going on since longer than anyone can remember. Not even the Vasestrants know how it started. This attempt at a reconciliation will go exactly as the others. When all the drama has come to an end, the Eagleseers and the Six Fords are still going to hate each other. Nothing will change that. As for my niece, she won't do anything she doesn't want to. I'd feel sorry for Modern, if he wasn't a Sixford. This isn't the time or place for such talk, outsider. Not with the Chief of Chiefs looking on.
If I hadn't heard the Chief of Chiefs' words with my own ears,
I think this another trick of the hated Sixfords. Still, you have your task, outsider. Get on with it already. What's to be happy about? I'll abide by the Chief of Chiefs' counsel, but I can't imagine a blood bond between us and the Sixford clan. I just hope the lad's worthy of Eslin. If not, he won't last much past the ceremony, if I know my daughter. Eslin's my one and only. She's got 4 older brothers, but she's the fiercest child I've ever whelped. Eagleseer blood runs strong through her veins, thank Ball. Modern needs to mind her edges. Not that the Sixfords give much mind to anything. That has nothing to do with you, outsider. Do as the Chief of Chiefs bids, so we can get on with this.
Chiefs, please. The outsider. I'll speak to you over here. Is it done, outsider? Did you offer your blessing to the intended couple? I can't read those infernal scratchings. Only Chief Eagleseer and his daughter bother with such things. What does the note say, outsider? No, this is unacceptable. This handfasting must take place. I need you to find them and bring them back, outsider. You see the animosity between these clans. They have fought and spilled each other's blood for generations. I finally got them to agree to a compromise. A bond of peace predicated on the marriage of Eslin and Modern. Please, you must find them. They must have gone north. Otherwise, they would have had to pass us, and we would have seen them. Search the area to the north of the ring, and track them down. I'll keep the chiefs distracted. Thank you for helping with this. Remind Eslin and Modern what's at stake here. They both understand what this feud has cost both clans, what peace would mean for us all. They are young, their blood will cool, and they will see that coming home is the only wise action.
Stop dropping things, don't.
Quiet, Eslin. Someone's coming.
Why are you following us, outsider? We may be young, but we're still warriors of the Reach. You won't find us to be easy prey. I'm sure she does, but I'm not going back. Not while the Chief of Chiefs and my father plan to marry me off like some imperial princess. Look, I don't even know if I want to marry at all. And my father and the Chief of Chiefs parade me around the Reach, saying I'm to be wed to a sod I've never laid eyes on before. Madern has his own reasons to shirk the hand-fasting, so we both ran. It's not fair of them to put that responsibility on our shoulders. It's a worthy idea, but why do we have to be the ones to carry it out? I won't be forced. This whole situation makes me so angry. I don't want to talk to you anymore, outsider. Didn't the Chief of Chiefs tell you? I'm the daughter of Chief Eagleseer. Or I was. I have half a mind to exile myself and cut all ties to my damned clan. I tell you, I won't be the barter that ends the feud. I won't.
How can you survive the ritual? How can you stand against our storms?
This may seem like the perfect spot to ambush us and take our belongings, outsider, but don't let the desolation fool you. Our clan warriors are hiding right behind those rocks. So, what do you want from us? I don't like breaking my word to the Chief of Chiefs, but I can't go through with the hand fasting. I can't marry Esselin. I'm already pledged to another, Drisen of the Sixford clan. Before her brother died, I promised I would marry her and look after her. How can I break one obligation to honor another, even for the sake of our clans? No, we did our hand fasting in secret. Drisen is a good woman. There's little love between us, but I gave her brother my word before he died. And Esselin clearly doesn't want to marry me. I want to end this feud, but there has to be another way.
This feud is older than these crags. I doubt anyone knows its cause.
A Varishran might know. They keep the history of the clans.
If we learned the reason for the feud, maybe we could end it. Then we wouldn't need the damned hand fasting.
A Varishran named Barth visited the Sixford once. My father spoke highly of him.
I know that name. He visited us too. He has a camp in the hills southeast of here.
It's a thin hope, but if we can find Barth, he might know more about the feud between my clan and the Eagleseers. Even before all this, I had heard of Chief Eagleseer's daughter. Fair as a rose and just as thorny. But we did get to know each other in the cave, at least a little. She's smart, passionate, fiery. I can respect that. His name is Barth, a living legend from what the elders say. I only got a glimpse of him when he visited our clan before my father and the clan elders sent me away. He was interested in hearing more of our stories, I think.
Asking the Vatishran about the origin of our feud. That's as good an idea as any. At least than this hand fasting. I just hope he's still using the camp near here. With a father as fierce as Chief Sixford, I expected Madern to be a mighty warrior. He seems nice enough, but more like a hare that some witch turned into a human. His word is his bond, though. That's something. I didn't meet him when he came to see the Eagleseers, but he's a legend, I know that. The elders were talking day, and Great Bath was coming to visit to learn our stories. They couldn't think of a higher honor.
even know you exist, Melina. Still running around out here, hmm? A lady might start to feel like I have a secret admirer. Don't I wish? As if I didn't have enough problems in that part of my life. Well, I may as well tell you. Your past advice helped me immensely. I feel as though I can trust you. There's someone in the Raven Watch. The more I try to get close to them, the less it seems to work. Oh, I'd rather not say if you don't mind. I tend to bring them up too much in conversation as it is. And while I like to think we share a bond, we're both younger members of the Raven Watch. Nothing ever comes of it. No, not exactly. But maybe I should. Before you started giving me advice, I would have just mooned over that other member of the Raven Watch from afar. It's decided. The next time I see them, I'll tell them straight out how I feel. Gods, with all that House Ravenwatch has endured lately, it could be next sunrise, or it could be half a season from now. I hope it's closer to the latter, so I have some time to practice. I'm shaking with excitement. Or nerves. Both, probably.
Step away to deal with a stray werewolf and someone steals my prize? So, what did you find in the coffer? It warms my heart to see you again, my friend. I take it you came at Lyris's behest? Now tell me, did you happen to find a letter in that coffer? Let me have a look. Yes. This is what I was seeking. The third letter between the vampire leaders. But I was afraid of this. They don't tell the complete story. That's my snow lily. She would never betray my confidence. Not even to a trusted partner such as yourself. I, however, will share what I know. I can't expect you to help if you don't know what's involved. Before becoming a vampire, Rada al-Saran was a Red Guard swordmaster who once battled Leki to a standstill. According to the letters, he lost his ability to manifest the Shihai, his spirit sword. Then he met the Reach hero, Fallon, the Red Eagle. That's what I was hoping to learn, but the letters failed to provide any detail. I too have never been able to manifest my Shihai. I was hoping to gain insight from these letters. It seems we'll have to look elsewhere, though. Lyris went to Hraldan Ring to talk to Avadashran, a Reach lorekeeper, to find a local version of this story. I suggest we go to the source, a sacred site dedicated to Fallon, Red Eagle Redoubt. Look for Avadashran, and I'll meet you there. It's what the Reach folk call their lore keepers. They don't have a written language, so they remember history through stories and songs. With any luck, we'll find Avadashran at Red Eagle Redoubt, who knows the story of Rada al-Saran and Fallon. It was purely by chance. When Lyris and I helped the people at the Reachwind ritual site, we discovered a letter on the Grey Host leader. A number of the vampire commanders were discussing the story through correspondence. I was intrigued. Anyone can learn anything from anybody, if they are patient and willing to listen. I was hoping that the letters would reveal more of the story, but they lacked the details necessary to understand how Red Eagle helped Rada al-Saran. I'm not an expert on Reach lore. That's why we need to find Avadashran. However, none of the legends I've heard suggest Fallon was anything other than a Reachman. The stories do say he was armed with a flaming sword. Maybe that's the connection. Because Lyris is as unique and as beautiful as the flower that blooms in the northern cold. It is a term of affection that suits her most admirably. I will make a slight detour and meet Lyris on the road or back at Hraldan Ring. Then we will journey together to meet you at Red Eagle Redoubt. We shall not tarry, my friend.
No!
There will be a price paid for this.
I hear someone coming. Be on your guard.
Have faith. The gods won't lead us astray.
What is it?
Quite a few Reachmen in Markarth know their letters. Here I seem to be the only one. My fellow rebels bring every scrap of paper to me, in case it's important. Such is my fate for making enemies in Markarth. Ah, well, I like it out here better.
I can't believe those Eagle Seers. How can you have a rebellion if everyone just runs off to do whatever they want? Each clan's got their own idea about how to fight. That's what's going on. The Eagle Seers want to find glory in open battle. The Wild Spears are looking for plunder. And my own Treeshade clan hunts the hunters. The story of the Reach, it seems. Getting two clans to agree on the same path is hard. Half a dozen all at once. It can't be done. The best course might be to let each clan do what it does best. Give each chief a task that suits their nature, and try to point them at the Grey Host. I think the Treeshade way of war makes sense. A pitched battle would get a lot of people killed, but just stealing from the Grey Host won't chase them away. Fight smart, but fight, I say. I just wish more Reach folk saw things as we do.
What do you want?
The void will devour everything.
sense you search for knowledge, outsider. What song do you seek? Something brings you to this sacred place, outsider. I sense your desire for knowledge. Speak, and tell me what song you seek. That is a rare and ancient tale, one not often spoken of, let alone shared with those from beyond the clans. Tell me, outsider, why does this story matter to you? Tesfera has told all who will listen about the handsome Redguard and the blonde giant who walks at his side. About what they did for her clan. Very well. What specifically about the tale interests you and your friends? Ah, yes. Red Eagle was a great warrior as well as a great teacher. All I can tell you is that an ancient cave sits below this sacred redoubt. If this particular song is meant for you and your friends, you will find the answers you seek there.
We just got here, partner. What did you find out?
It took me longer to find my snow lily than I expected. Still, it appears you found a Vateshran. Tell Lyris what you have learned, and see if it matches what she found at Raldan Ring.
We got here just in time to hear the very end of your conversation with the Vateshran partner. Want to fill me in on the parts we missed? I appreciate that the Reach folk noticed. You'd be surprised how often what we do is taken for granted. If you can find that cave, Sai and I will follow shortly. I want to check something I learned in Hroldan Ring with the Vateshran. Yep, this must be the place. Hey, partner, let's talk.
This cave. I can feel it. This place was important. Sacred. Talk to Lyris while I look around.
The Vateshran was willing to open up a bit more. Must have been my shining personality. She suggested that we'd find something important in this cave, but that we might have to work to uncover it. The Vateshran explained that the Reach folk have a story concerning Red Eagle and a fallen sword saint. How they met in this cave to exchange knowledge. Since that time, the cave has been left alone. Who knows what's beneath all the undergrowth? You clear the undergrowth. Sai and I will be ready to extract whatever we find.
Snow Lily, look. Is that? Yes, it's a song.
Reach out, Red Eagle, your destiny awaits.
Interesting. The first stanza of an ancient Reach folk song. Keep going, my friend. Hopefully the pillars will tell us more about what Red Eagle shared with Rada al-Saran.
It's a song. Burn away more of that foliage, partner, and reveal the rest of the words. Another verse. Your turn, Sai.
Clear your mind, Red Eagle. Don't surrender to the fates.
his song.
Will the rest of this song fill in the missing pieces? Keep going, my friend. I feel we're getting close.
Fill your heart with the song that makes it roar.
And let your spirit, your love, and your life, let it soar. Then it will come to you, your love, your life, your sword.
Of course, Sai. Don't you see? You never fight for what you want. Only for what others need.
This song... Is this what Red Eagle shared with Rada al-Saran? What allowed him to reclaim his Shi'ai? I must ponder this.
I think I understand. I think I know the meaning of this ancient song. I think the song tells us that Red Eagle had to clear his mind before he could embrace his destiny. That he had to fill his heart with the thing he loved the most. For Red Eagle, that was his people. For Rada al-Saran, probably his Grey Host. Sai always lets his duty guide his actions. He fights for others, for what they need, for the greater good. He needs to decide what he truly wants to fight for. Only then can he claim his spirit sword. Meet us outside, partner. I need to talk to Sai. Hey, partner. I think we figured it out.
Both the words on the cave pillars and what Snow Lily said to me. I have much to consider. Much to think about.
Ancient legends, old songs. It's all up to Sai now. The Shi'ai. It's a sacred and private thing to a Red Guard. I tried to help Sai. Told him what I thought. What happens next? That's up to him. Thanks for your help, partner. If we're keeping score, I owe you. A lot. Now I need to talk to Sai. I think I understand, Sai. You need to put aside your duty, just this once, and focus on what you want.
Duty isn't easily set aside for someone like me, Snow Lily.
Focus, Sai. Just this once. Fill your heart with what you need. Reach out, Red Eagle, your destiny awaits.
Clear your mind, Red Eagle. Don't surrender to the fates.
Fill your heart with the song that makes it roar.
And let your spirit, your love, and your life, let it soar.
Then it will come to you, your love, your life, your sword. Sai, your sword. It's working. Sai, that's amazing.
The words, they led me to the true answer. The one thing I have always loved above all else.
And what was that, Sai?
I thought of you, Snow Lily. I thought of you. I never imagined to find the means to summon my Shihai here in the Reach. But thanks to you and Lyris, I finally have my spirit sword. And I have my Snow Lily. There's a song in my heart and life is good.
I knew Sai could summon his spirit sword. He's the bravest, strongest, most loyal man I've ever met. He just had to focus on what really mattered to him. I just didn't expect it to be me. I mean, I knew. But still, now I really know.
Strange to hear one of our sacred songs sung by outsiders, but beautiful as well. May the spirits always walk beside you, wanderer.
This is his camp. But where's the Vateshran?
I don't like the look of this. We finally have an idea about how to end the feud without forcing either Madarin or me to get married. We can't stop now. Help us figure out where the Vateshran has gotten to.
There must be something here that can tell us what's become of the Vateshran. That's the Vateshran shillelagh. He wouldn't just leave it behind.
That's a Thornroot's clan knife, used for dark magic. The Thornroot clan uses the ruins over the hill.
Their witches must have taken the Vateshran. We have to help him.
Without weapons, we'll just get in the way. A friend here will need to rescue the Vateshran. I know this is a lot to ask, but the Vateshran is at the mercy of the Thornroot clan. Please, enter the ruins and get him out of there. If he can tell us about the origins of the feud, well, the important thing is rescuing him.
I've heard stories about this clan. They're fierce and deadly. Be careful as you search the ruins.
there? Help me, please! I don't know what you're doing in this terrible place, friend, but would you oblige an old man and undo these bindings? Those damned hag-ravens were talking about flaying the skin from my bones. Ah, that's better. Now, could you help me get out of here? Never thought I'd be so happy to see a gate in all my years. Now, let me thank you proper. Ursines Hind, I appreciate the help, Wanderer. I'm in your debt. Are you in the habit of wandering into dangerous ruins and delivering old storytellers to safety? Or was there something you needed of me? Well, that's an oddly specific request. Most people prefer the tale of Red Eagle's final hours. Why does an outsider care about the feud between two minor clans of the Reach? Ah, so this is about the hand-fasting at Throldan Ring? Eslin of the Eagle Seer and Medeirin of the Sixth Ford, if I'm not mistaken. You saved my hide, so a story's the least I can give you. But, not here. Let's do it back at my camp. You go on ahead. After all that running and sneaking, I need to catch my breath. My camp is up on the ridge, to the east. I'm a Vatashran outsider. Knowing what happens in the Reach as well as the practices of its people is my duty. It's me and my kind that bring tales and tidings to the clans of these hills.
You're lying. You stole the cow from the Chief of Chiefs.
Ball, take me if I speak untrue. She was stone drunk. I plucked it.
A Sixth Ford and an Eagle Seer, yammering away like a couple of jackdaws. Now I've seen everything.
Vatashran.
Calm yourself, lad. Your friend here told me what you and the lass are thinking.
Glad to see you rescued the Vatashran. You handle yourself well, for an outsider. Let's see what he has to say about how our clan started feuding.
It's good to see the Vatashran safe and sound. Now let's ask him about the feud and how it began.
I really do like this camp. Perfect location. I expect I'll have to move, though. Can't depend on outsiders delivering me from the Thornroot Witches again, can I? But before I move on, I owe you a tale. About the Eagle Seers and the Six Fords, yes? It's an old hatred. I pieced the tale together during my time with the elders of both clans. Before there was the Eagle Seers or the Six Fords, there was a man and a woman. They loved one another and were promised to wed. They fashioned the lover's coil, a totem of stone symbolizing the spirals of their lives entwining, of their love. But the day they were to wed, the coil broke. They believed it a sign of the displeasure of the spirits, so the pair separated. The man's bloodline became the Eagle Seers, the woman's the Six Fords. The love they once shared festered into hate. Battles were fought. Each clan rallied around a fragment of the Lover's Coil. Proof, they said, that the spirits ordained their feud. Love and hate are both born of passion, outsider. Though they decided their love was doomed, the passion they shared did not simply vanish. But there was only one form left for it to take. Ire, which was passed through the blood. The stories vary, but I suspect the coil simply fell from its mantle. Nothing more than an accident. The spirits had nothing to do with it, I'm sure. A simple broken stone was enough to cause the rage and violence that persists to the current day.
That story, I never heard it before. The elders never talk about it.
What if we tell everyone the story and we repair the coil? Vartashran, the fragments of the coil, what became of them?
The tales say they were lost at the battles of Karthspire Lee and Fowlon's Ire.
I know Fowlon's Ire. I'll look for a fragment there. Our friend can search Karthspire Lee.
Alright, Estlin. I'll escort the Vatishram back to Herolden Ring.
Looks like I've been conscripted. Will this plan work? Only the spirits know for sure. But I'm willing to help. After all, if not for you, I'd still be at the mercy of the Thornroots and their Hagravens. You're speaking to a Vatishran of the Reach, not one of those dapple-trousered birds you find in outsider cities. The history of the Reach, its people, its relics, I know them all. Because if I didn't, they'd be lost. Of course not. The only way I could be is if I buried them there myself. And I promise you, I'm not that old. All I can tell you is the last time those fragments were mentioned in the old tales, they were at those battlefields. It was one of a few pitched battles between the Six Fords and Eagle Seers in ages past. There was no clear victor. Both sides slaughtered almost to the last man and woman. It took place in the lee of the Karthspire. The tales I got out of the elders say the Eagle Seer leader bound himself to a pillar so he could die fighting. He's the one who would have carried the coil fragment into battle. If that pillar still stands, the fragment ought to be close by.
See if you can find the fragment at Karthspire Lee. I'll look at Fowlon's Ire. Meet me there when you're finished. I never imagined an outsider would go out of their way for us. Part of me wonders if this is even worth all the trouble. No, I mean, yes, of course I do. I'm adamant about not letting my father or the Chief of Chiefs marry me off. But Modern, he's not what I imagined when I thought about the Six Fords. He's different. We got to talking. Modern's got a good mind, a good heart. Look, it doesn't matter. He's already promised to someone else, and we have a feud to end, so let's get on with it.
Eslin's plan's a good one. I don't like her going off on her own, but she can take care of herself. I'll make sure the Vatishran gets to Herolden Ring, then I'll go to Fallon's Ire and help Estlin. If she needs it. Worried? No. Whatever gave you that idea? Maybe. You spend your whole life believing one thing about your clan and something totally different about the other. Then you talk to her. She's funny, bright. She has hopes and dreams. She's not a monster. Yes, but not like that. I don't think. Look, let's just find the fragments of the Lover's Coil and put an end to the feud, alright? Eslin? Where are you? Eslin? Outsider? If you're here, then that means... Oh, Modern, you fool! I ran all the way from Herolden Ring, only to realize I'm in the wrong place. Damn it all! I was supposed to be helping Eslin, but I might have gotten the two places mixed up. Serves me right for trying to accomplish anything with a muddled head. Indeed. I was worried about Eslin. As soon as I settled the Vatishran at Herolden Ring, I set out to find her and make sure she was alright. Of course, leave it to me to forget which battlefield she actually went to. I suppose I've grown to care for her a bit. All that talking we did at the Vatishran's camp, it doesn't matter. Enough of that. There's a favor I need of you, outsider. If something's happened to Eslin, I won't make it in time to help her. I'm too winded, so I must turn to you. Find Eslin in Thalenzyre, make sure she's alright. I'll follow you as quickly as I can. I didn't know her when this all started. Then I came to know her wit, her laugh. Any soul with a heart in their breast would grow fond of those, even if they shouldn't.
Outsider? Oh, perfect timing. I could use your help. I found the fragment, but can't get to it. A giant made camp right on top of it.
Eslin!
Modern? What are you doing here?
I had to make sure you were unarmed. I'm glad you're safe.
I ran into a bit of trouble, but I'm better now.
I guess I was worried for nothing. It's the strangest thing. I felt such a strong need to be at Eslin's side, like something put a hook around my waist and yanked me all the way here.
I'm familiar with the old cairns in these hills. When the Vatishran mentioned the coil fragment lay in Farland's Ire, I knew it had to be here. The giant is a problem, I'll admit, but you've proved yourself quite capable. I'll wait here with Modern. I've run these peaks and valleys since I was a lass. I knew the cairn marked some old battle, just never gave it much thought until the Vatishran story. It has to be there. Do I? I suppose things feel a little less lonely with them here. Why shouldn't I enjoy it? While it lasts, at least. Nothing. Forget I said anything. We came here for a specific goal. It's time we get to it. Well, you made quick work at that. You already found the cold fragment at Karthspire Lee, eh? All that's left is to go to Hroldan Ring and see the end of this. I sent him back to Hroldan Ring so he and the Vatishran could gather what they need to fix the Lover's Coil. I told him I'd wait to make sure that you got back safely. Speaking of which, can I ask why you came? How did you know I needed help? I thought so. Outsider, forgive me for laying my burdens on you, but it's been nagging at me for a bit now. What if everything we're doing isn't worth it? What if Modern and I just went along with the hand fasting? I don't, but maybe if it were him. I know what my heart is telling me. I'm falling for Modern. I'm a true fool for it, especially after starting this whole mess. But I know he's already pledged to another. I can't tell him how I feel. We ought to stick to the plan. We have both fragments of the Lover's Coil. I'll take them to Holdan Ring and get them repaired. Then we can end the feud and be done with all this. You go ahead. I'd like a moment to myself. I'm just confused. My mind and my heart are telling me two different things, and I've never been sure which is the smarter of the two. I'll be fine. There's nothing to worry about.
And so, the hatred between your two clans was born of a twist of fate, the shattered Lover's Coil. But today, Modern and Eslin have restored the Lover's Coil. Let their efforts show that you need not continue this quarrel.
Thank you for the tale, Honoured Bartishran. We will discuss this. Eslin Modern, wait in the hand-fasting cave. Outsider, I bid you stay.
I'll just rest my haunches a while, if it's all the same to you.
Where in the mirror's hide have you been, outsider? You were supposed to fetch Eslin and Maderd and bring them back quickly, not entertain this wild endeavour. The chiefs are about to come to blows as it is. What's the meaning of the Vartishran's tale? With what? This? Lover's Coil? They are fools to think that all the problems of the Sixford and Eagleseer clans can be solved by restoring some dusty relic. Maybe not, but these clans have spilled each other's blood for generations. No relic from some bygone age will stay their weapons. The hand-fasting can end this violence today. Now, go give Eslin and Modern your blessing, so we can get on with this. Spirits take me. This is what I get for involving an outsider. Fine, but be quick about it. The fool. That's a strange match. I knew they were childhood friends, but marriage. What else did he tell you about it? I see. I'm sure Drizen believes it's real, regardless. Still, without the chief's blessing, it's not binding. Modern may not like going back on his word, but perhaps doing so will give Drizen an opportunity to find someone who truly loves her. I do. Try to understand, outsider. The hatred that runs between these clans is more than just habit. They cannot simply douse their anger after hearing some story. If the wedding doesn't take place, they may never trust enough to try again. There's no choice to be made, outsider. The hand-fasting needs to happen. It's the only way. The sooner you, Eslin and Modern understand that, the better. After everything I did to bring these clans here today, to help them end their bloodshed, you're just going to toss it aside. Spirits take me. This story of yours won't work. But now, it's all we have left. You've doomed these clans, outsider. This is your plan, outsider, not mine. The fate of these clans rests with Eslin and Modern now. If they won't go through with a wedding, then they must find another way.
I can see it on the Chief of Chiefs' face. The hand-fasting's nearly done, isn't it? Oh, cruel spirits. This is more than I can endure.
If my Chief of Chiefs wills it, the Sixford will hunt you down. Take care the next time you speak with her, outsider.
The Chief of Chiefs certainly looks perturbed. How did your talk with her go? Did you make a decision? I'm glad an outsider such as yourself is involved. The calls of clan and kin are powerful. Eslin and Modern will need your support. But I believe in them. They can work to bring about a future of peace for the Sixfords and Eagleseers.
You're back? What did the Chief of Chiefs say?
I don't know how much longer we can wait here. Did you discuss things with the Chief of Chiefs? I see. When I vowed to wed Drizzt, I never dreamed what it would mean for my clan, or for Esland. If I never made that promise, then all of this, then Esland and I might have... Damn it all! All of this suffering from a broken stone. My father didn't heed the Vatishran, but I'll make him hear me. This feud is stupid. The time's come to end it. I've no right to expect it, but I hope Esland will help me in this. If there's anything this day has taught me, it's that there is a chance for my people to reconcile. Esland is nothing like I expected her to be. Even if we are not to be married, that doesn't mean what transpired between us has to go to waste.
I could see it in all their faces. They weren't moved at all by the tale of the Lover's Coil. After everything we've done. You spoke with the Chief of Chiefs. What did she say? Thank you, outsider. I feel the Chief of Chiefs, sire, but she must understand that us getting married is not the only path to peace. The feud is daft. So much grief for nothing. Modern and I do not need to be married to make them see that. I am. I may love Modern, but he's pledged himself to another anyway. The handfasting can't happen. We must make our refusal clear. Modern agrees, eh? Oh, of course he does. Then we should move. My father and Chief Sixford are still with the Chief of Chiefs, eh? We'll need to speak with them and make our intentions known.
I'd say that I'll be glad when this is over and done with, but it wouldn't be honest. If there's anything this day has taught me, it's that there is a chance for my people to reconcile. Esland is nothing like I expected her to be. Even if we are not to be married, that doesn't mean what transpired between us has to go to waste.
Here it comes.
What of the handfasting?
There will be no handfasting, Father. We don't need it. This feud is foolish.
She's right, Father. We don't need a handfasting to make us lower our swords. Heed the Vatishran's tale.
The Eagle Seer wave has poisoned your mind, boy. You're shitting me.
You lay this at my daughter's feet, Sixford. My warriors and I will make you regret those words.
Our chance for peace is gone.
Gone for today, perhaps, but not forever. Modern and I will make sure of it.
Aye, we will spread the Vatishran's tale to our clans until enough heed it.
I don't think I entirely understand what just happened. The handfasting is off? Modern kept his promise to me? I fear what this means for my clan, but I won't deny that I'm relieved.
Passions do not die easily. It was too much to hope, maybe, that the chiefs would see the reason for the feud was simple foolishness. But the way Eslan and Modern worked together today, it gives me hope for the future of these clans. We did not fail on this day. The true story here is of an Eagle Seer lass, a Sixford lad who now see each other not as foes, but as friends, and who have pledged to end this feud in a kinder time. For your part in this, outsider, you have my thanks. Eslan and Modern will have to return to their clan holdings soon, You may wish to say your farewells before then. I have not been to the ring in some time. I'll learn the tidings from across the crags. If you find anyone in need of a Vatish run, send them my way, aye?
I don't think I entirely...
Esselin, I'm glad that we came to know each other. There is a future for our clans yet.
I'm glad to return. Today we proved Sixford and Eagle Seers can work together.
I expected better of you, outsider. This is what I get for involving you in the business of the clans. Damn you, you've doomed these clans.
Esselin and Modern will have to return to their clan holdings soon. You may wish to say your farewells before then. I have not been to the ring in some time. I'll learn the tidings from across the crags. If you find anyone in need of a Vatish run, send them my way, aye?
Well?
You've returned. I trust your venture went well. What news do you have for me? Ah, I suppose you did. Sticky, isn't it? Lovely. I'll make sure it gets to my contacts as soon as possible. Here, you earned this. I'm sure you'll need some of it to pay to get your pack cleaned. My contacts in the Reach appreciate the work we've been doing for them. I'll let you know when they need something else. And remember, I pay well for services rendered.
Saw the skies clear some time ago. You do that. Finally, someone strong enough to do what's required. You performed a great service for the Reach, and we won't forget that. Take this reward and keep your weapon ready. I doubt we've seen the last of these cursed storms. I appreciate your lust for battle, but there's nothing to be done until the fools summoning these harrow storms show themselves again. Go get drunk, find someone to warm your bed, and come back tomorrow to win another victory. What is it?
For a third time, the wandering hunter graces this hall. Welcome. What tidings do you bring this time? Kitsa Enu, you say? The Argonian worked for a vile man from Gideon who deals in Daedric relics. The totem has meaning to us as a symbol of Storebeg, the king of wolves. One aspect of the great Hircine, our hunt father, but it has no inherent power. Any death has significance, great and small. One died for disrespecting the Lord of the Hunt, the other defending him. That is the way of things. Thank you for bringing this news to me, Wanderer. What will you do with the sacred relic now? Some of our oldest songs speak of Storebeg, the king of wolves. He first taught our ancestors to change shape and become even mightier hunters. Our shrine must pay homage to this aspect of Hircine. Take this, Wanderer, with my thanks. With your help, the hubris that clouded my sight has lifted. It is not by coincidence that these sacred relics were hindered in their journey to this humble shrine. The Hunt Father tests us. He tests me and my apprentices, and he tests you. The greatest hunts involve obstacles to overcome and hazards to circumvent. Hircine has thrown deadly hurdles in our path, hurdles my apprentices have thus far been unable to overcome. Still, all but one of our relics arrived here, thanks to you. The final relic required to complete this shrine resides at Lost Valley Redoubt. I sent apprentice Orla there to find it, but after all this, I fear for her safety. Go, Hunter. Help Orla retrieve the symbol of Urikenbeg. Prove your worth to Hircine. I hope Apprentice Orla still lives. Hircine tests our limits, but he is never needlessly cruel. Good hunting, Wanderer. Find Orla, and the symbol of Urikenbeg at Lost, and then this shrine will be complete. Let us prove we are worthy. A good question. A hunter must know its quarry to track it down. Apprentice Orla is a fierce warrior, who never strays far from her loyal companion, Kiva the White Wolf. If all else fails, look for the White Wolf, if she doesn't find you first. Take the road out of Markarth until you reach the Karth River. Follow it south until the river meets the mountains. That's the entrance to Lost Valley Redoubt. I sent Apprentice Orla there to find the relic. I pray her cunning has not abandoned her.